All right, everybody. Looking at your responses to yesterday's question about whether or not you think you are mature for your age or whether or not you think age really matters when it comes to maturity, you guys had some really great responses, and a lot of you, without really thinking about it, already kind of created a thesis statement for your benchmark prompt. So we're going to look at those today. So your prompt is here for you again, okay? But you want to have this up in a different tab. If you can press the little download button right here, and it opens up in a separate tab so you can kind of work side by side without keeping it here in Schoology. But remember, the prompt says, write an essay stating your opinion on whether maturity is dependent on a person's age. This is a yes or a no prompt. Yes, it does, or no, it doesn't. Not sometimes, and it depends. Because it's a persuasive essay, you have to make 1 point, okay? Yes, it does, no, it doesn't. And then your rubric is here. So today, if we look back at yesterday's discussion board, okay, I'm going to go and pull this up because if you've entered your information, then everybody can see it. So, for example, you have some things here, right? I am mature for my age because I know right from wrong. There's responsibilities. I would like to say I am responsible. I do think that age matters because you can be responsible and mature for your age, but that doesn't mean that you're mature beyond your age. So Dylan kind of already has right here a thesis statement if he can work to condense that, right? He already says, yes, age matters, right? Because even though you can be mature for your age, right? There are certain things beyond what you can experience with your age. Like you could be mature for your age, but you ain't going to get a driver's license until you're 16. You could be mature for your age, but 18 is still the legal voting age, right? So Dylan already is kind of on his way with that. Same thing with Samia right here, right? I think age matters because it shows, your responsibility levels. Different things, right? I think I am mature for my age, but it can be based on what the person has experienced right here with what Brandon is talking about. Experiences teach them how to react in their environment or how to think during familiar situations. That's a thesis statement right there, and he already has 2 reasons. So if you look at some of your responses throughout here, you pretty much already have an idea, right? Like Dylan, I act my age. Age does not matter as much as experience. So then his second sentence right here is pretty much already his thesis statement. So for today on where it says your thesis statement draft, look back at yesterday's discussion board, okay? And then give me a working draft of your thesis statement. Remember, it's the topic plus the opinion. So it's about maturity. Maturity is the topic. Does it or does it not depend on age, and why? Maturity does depend on age because why? Okay, and you can give me a couple of reasons depending upon the examples that you can think of. And then this persuasive essay benchmark is a template. So when you open up the document, that also helps to verify your attendance. Here are some things you're going to do in this benchmark, okay? Remember, you need to address the prompt. You need to include your thesis statement, right? So again, consider your response from the discussion board, and then you're going to give me a working draft today as an assignment. Consider using an anecdote as one of your connections. A lot of you did that in your discussion board. Remember that personal story? Think about the pre-writing chart structure. What have you personally experienced when it comes to your experiences or your age? Where have you seen it, like I mentioned with voting or driving or the drinking age, right? Or even right now we're in an election year. There are certain age limits on certain positions in terms of government, right? What do you know to be true about the world in terms of maturity, in terms of what experiences do to people or even age? So I would, if I were you, maybe get a sheet of paper and kind of jot down some ideas just so you have a direction. Your essay may not exceed 1750 in terms of characters, okay? That's not necessarily words. It's about 300 to 350 words, which is less than the essay that you just turned in. If you check the word count in the Tools tab, so you click on Tools and you click on Word Count, it also gives you characters. So right now it's 560, including everything that's in here. So instead of the whole page, you would just highlight whatever the text was, click on word count with it still highlighted, and it'll show you how many characters, okay? And it says, I believe in the tools, that says characters excluding spaces is 473, but we are including spaces. So you want to look at this right here. It's a super short essay, folks. It is not anywhere near to the development as the essay we worked on last week. So today, I'm going to stay on longer for Zoom. So if you watch this and you're not on Zoom, get back on Zoom and you can come and ask me some questions. But for sure today, you have to do this thesis statement draft, okay? If you didn't do the discussion board from yesterday, a lot of you that did it, you already have a direction, okay? You already have some good stuff to start with. And then this template is not due today, but it is due by the end of the day tomorrow. Tomorrow is an asynchronous day. I will be on Zoom only for questions. I'm not going to have a class on Zoom. It'll just be if you need help with your thesis, or if you're not really sure what to do in the box, or if you still need help taking your discussion into an essay. I'll be here to help you with that. But otherwise, it's time to get the benchmark done. You need to submit it by tomorrow night because it is a district expectation beyond just my gradebook, okay? So if you have questions, make sure you ask. I'll keep checking my email and I'll keep updating your grades, all right? And then we'll see you back on live Zooms on Monday. Have a great weekend and make good choices.